Hey, good afternoon. TGIF to you. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Whatever you're saying is the weekend is upon us. Welcome to another installment of Real Pro Fridays. I'm your host, Sean Wilson, sales manager, New American Funding. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have an awesome guest today, and we're going to bring him up momentarily to talk about what he's doing in the market and helping his buyers and his sellers. But first, we just want to kind of set the tone. Why are we doing this? Why are we bringing Real Pro Fridays to you every Friday? We want to humanize the industry, right? We want to have conversations with the real estate agents and other professionals that come alongside the mortgage industry to help you turn your home buying dream into a home owning reality. And so, to that end, we're going to be interviewing real estate pros, title pros, homeowners insurance company pros, home inspectors, home improvement pros, and much more. Just kind of help you to get ready for your home buying or home selling experience. If this is the first time joining and you haven't done so already, you want to go to that website right there and you want to register. Why do we want you to register? So there's some free items that we want to give to you. We want to know who you are. Where do we email those items to? So if you take a moment, it's really free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just go ahead and fill your information out and we'll get that information over to you by the end of the day. All right. So also, as an alternative to help you out, for those of you who are tech savvy, go ahead and scan that QR code. Scan that code. It'll take you to the website that we have set up for you to um, to register. And what I'll do is I'll show you what it looks like when you click that website or you click that QR code. You're going to be taken to this website right here. You're going to be able to kind of review what's going on today. There's some links that you can copy to be able to watch today's broadcast and fill this information out. We want to know, are you a first-time home buyer, or do you have a home to sell, right? And or are you a repeat buyer, right? So fill all this information out for us. That's going to help us better serve you as we engage you going forward. Outstanding. So, couple other things. I just finished up a series called Home Ownership Readiness. I have no idea, where we discuss the four C's of lending, the capacity. Do you have capacity to take on new debt? Capital. Do you have the reserves that you need to make the purchase and to afterwards, after purchasing, right? Do you have the credit score? What's on your credit? What's the history like? What do we need to do to improve the credit? And then collateral. Is that collateral that you're looking at, that house, that home that you're looking at, is that sufficient to support the loan that you're looking to obtain? And so, if you want to get caught up on those, you want to just head over to my website, Sean Wilson, and then when you come there, you're going to see this. You want to look for February 17th, and then there's one for March 17th where we completed that series. You want to get caught up because coming up in the third week of April, we're going to start our home buying series, April, May, and June. It's called Destination Home Ownership, First Things First. And we're going to unpack the entire home buying process, talking about the different loan programs. We're going to be talking about down payment assistance. And then also during those months on our Real Pro Fridays shows, we're going to bring in title companies, home inspectors, home improvement contractors, things like that, people that may participate in your loan buying experience. We want you to hear from them so you know what to expect and you can plan better. All right. So we're not going to delay this anymore. So we're going to bring on our special guest is none other than let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Donald Grant. Donald Grant, how are you, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Donald Grant, he is a real estate professional with Century21 Envision, and he wants you to start something new with a winning vision. He's going to help you do that, and we're going to talk about that today. So, tell us about yourself, Donald. Who is Donald Grant?
Man, Donald Grant is an interesting character. No, Donald Grant is a humble young man. I've been born and raised in the DMV. I've been in this area my entire life.
Nice,
I was raised to serve people.
nice.
And to me, that's my job as a realtor. My job is to serve my clients by any professional means necessary. So I'm just a regular down to earth guy. love God, love helping people, love making money, love making smart decisions, and love
Nice.
helping people win. So that's what I do.
I know that's right. Win and vision. So that's in your email address. Win and vision.
Absolutely.
That sets the tone of who you're going to deal with, right?
Absolutely.
The information that you put out there before you have that conversation kind of sets the tone. So that's fantastic about that, and I appreciate you sharing that. And so we were kind of talking earlier about your home buying process and the things that you kind of do with your home buyers and how you coach them and prepare them to take that information back to their camp so they can have a conversation. So, and I have here, and I'll bring that up so everyone can kind of see that. And so, right there, what you have on the screen, and let me see if I can make that a little bit better here. Now, what you have on the screen is his top 10, right? So, that's kind of the theme. We talk about what is your top 10 pieces of advice, the things that you talk to your home buyers about, and how you coach them on this list. I know that there's quite a few, and you probably have a little bit more. And so, talk to us about some of the things that you think are really, really important for home buyers to know. When they leave your presence, if they don't remember anything, what are the top three of that 10 that you want them to know and why?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, and you touched on it earlier. I mean, regardless of what you want to do as it relates to real estate, you need one main thing, you need money. So you need to make sure that your financial affairs are in order and you're realistic about what you want. I feel my main objective as a realtor is education. You have to educate people because we are all products of our environment, what we've learned, what we've heard, whether it's at the barbershop, at the cookout, at the reunion. And unfortunately, everyone thinks they know something about real estate, whether they've ever been licensed, whether they've ever sold anything or not. So my
Hmm.
main objective for buyers is to just educate them on different locations, different markets. Location is the key for me when it comes to real estate because, of course, we buy to sell. I'm always telling my clients, everybody says, oh, this is my forever home, whatever. Yeah, that's great. But you want to make sure you get a piece of property that is great for you and your family aesthetically and
Hmm.
it's livable and it has everything you want. But more importantly, you want to make sure that you get a property that has equity in it. Because as the days matriculate and you keep going to sleep and waking up, you probably going to want a different home in a couple of years. And the beauty of owning your home, unlike when you're renting, when you move, when you rent, the only thing you're doing is fighting for your security deposit back. But when you own, when you and your family decide to make a change or move, you go to the closing table, you go to the settlement table, and you get
Right.
far more back if you did it right up front than you did when you put down on your home. So the home buying
Outstanding.
process does not have to be stressful at all. It does not have to be topsy turvy. You must choose the right real estate team to partner with. You must
Nice.
choose the right mortgage lender to partner with. And you must have logical discussions, not only with the various professionals that assist you, but also
Yeah.
with your family because buying or selling a piece of real estate is a very major decision and it takes major
Mhm.
preparation and major input.
Absolutely, absolutely, outstanding. And so, how important is attitude in the home buying process?
Man,
Disposition
you,
of the
you act
home
like
buyer.
you've done this before, Sean. Attitude is crucial. And me personally, a lot of people say, I'm an optimist. I'm a man of faith. So I win. Everything my hands touch prosper. I take my clients' situations personal and I
Mhm.
educate them and we walk through the process together. We always have to remain positive. We always have to keep our vision before us. We always have to look at the big picture opposed to the snapshot. And real estate is all about chess. It's not about checkers. A
Yeah.
checkers game is much quicker than a chess game. Real
Mhm.
estate is about chess, and you want to make sure you're with a team of professionals that understand that dynamic and know how to work within that framework.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, with all that said, I mean, listening to you talk to me, if you were if you were my real estate agent and I was looking to buy a home, and you gave me that kind of counsel, to me, like, wow, he spent some time thinking about my process. That's important to me. And so, with that said, have you had experiences where you had home buyers and you've given that good counsel and you've turned them loose into kind of searching for the home um, under the parameters that you guys discussed? How many times, or have you had a time where your buyers are just not following your instruction, your guidance, and how do you handle
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say I never had that happen, but it happens quite often. But that's my role as a professional in this industry because this is a highly emotional process for some people,
that?
and you have to stay even keel. And I do have some clients that listen to a lot of other people other than myself when I give them, you know, uh, great information. And when they go out and do the wrong thing, we just come back and we get back on course, just like
Just
those of us that have children.
right.
We educate them,
Mhm.
we teach them everything, we put them on the right path, and then they get distracted and they make a wrong decision. Well, my job is to complement whatever my client wants. I don't
Mhm.
supersede what they want. I find out what they want and I work
Mhm.
within the framework to give them what they want within reason. But I stay in lockstep with my clients. So, I know what my clients are thinking and I take it personal. And when I'm involved in transactions with my clients, it's as if the transaction is mine personally. That's how personal I take it to make sure that I'm protecting people's most precious commodity, which is their finances.
Outstanding, outstanding. And so, question for you, real quick: What you talk very passionate about it. What drew you to the mortgage industry as a career?
Because I never lived in a home growing up. I
Mm.
was broke growing up. My mom raised me and we had everything but money in the home. We had
Mhm.
love, we had faith, we had so many things, and we lived a great life. And Sean, honestly, I never lived in a home. The first home I lived in was 30 years ago when
Wow,
my wife and I purchased our first. And
nice.
I've always had a fascination with real estate. I've always enjoyed it. One of my favorite games was Monopoly. And when I got older, I started playing Monopoly for real.
Yeah.
And I was in other industries and I was doing extremely well. And
Mhm.
to me, real estate was the quickest way for me to get a come up. And in my opinion, it
Mhm.
continues to be that.
Right.
So it just always attracted me to it. And Sean, just like you and I, our steps are ordered of God. So
Yes,
when
sir.
it was time for me to do this full time and make serving people in the real estate space my passion, I went full feet in just like I do. And I tell you, brother, I'm having the time of my life.
And you look like it, man. That's
Yes,
that's
sir.
awesome. Every time I talk to you, you always have a positive word. You always have a positive outlook, man. And I can tell you are definitely a man of faith. So awesome, my friend. And real quick, now you chose. I understand why you got in. What made you choose it? What made you choose Envision? What about Envision that attracted you? Is it the
Yeah,
name?
the first thing that attracted me about Century 21 Envision is it's a very, very family oriented brokerage. I
Hmm.
have some amazing partners that I work with within that brokerage.
Hmm. Hmm.
The broker, Reggie Butler, as many other people, he's a man of God. He's all about serving people.
Nice,
Century 21 Envision is always giving back to the community.
nice.
And that's how I am. I don't want to just take from a community. I
Yeah,
want to give to it. I want to build it up. And that's the main reason why I decided to put all my chips in the middle of the table and go all in the real estate industry because knowledge is power when used properly. And I want to be
absolutely.
used as an agent to help our people
Hmm.
that were never served. They were underserved as it relates to how to get real estate.
Hmm.
And because I did it the right way and I'm learning to do it the right way, I want to
Hmm.
spread that knowledge because I want us all to win. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Outstanding, outstanding. I appreciate that. And so, continuing our theme there, and you don't just always work with buyers, right? You work with sellers also.
Absolutely. I work with a lot of sellers.
Lot of sellers. So that's let me see if I can bring that up really quick. And so we were to continue our conversation regarding the on the seller side of the fence. Um, and so same thing, top 10, that seller. What is your guidance when you're talking to the seller? What do they need to know if they've never sold a house before? It's first time seller, and they're ready to move up or move down, and they call on you, sir. And so how would you coach them? They're newbie,
Right.
they're green in that space. What would you say to them?
That's a great question, Sean. I always start with the end in mind. So I have not met a seller yet who did not want to get top value for the property that they're selling. So I start with the end in mind. And with that being said, if you were selling anything, if you were selling a car, you were selling a piece of furniture, if you were selling clothes, and you wanted top dollar for it, the main thing you want to do is make sure that piece of property is as clean as possible. It has a shine to it. So I'm always on my sellers really hard about curb appeal, about decluttering the home, getting a stager to stage your home. I'm partial, but I work with the absolute best stager on this side of earth in the person of my wife, Deborah Grant. Home
Outstanding.
Bounds by Deborah. I'll give a cheap shout out. But again, the staging process is key. When you, as a seller, when you get your house staged, you want to depersonalize it from you, and you want to make sure that your home screams home to potential buyers that come in. So I'm always instructing them to make sure any defects with the home, any improvements that need to be made, don't be shy about investing in your home to put it on the market. And according to the National Association of Realtors, 37% of contracts, seller contracts, fall through because of repairs that should have been made before the home was even put on the market.
Outstanding, outstanding. I had a couple situations just recently where I had one buyer looking to buy the prop. When you look at the house is fantastic. I mean, inside and out, curb appeal, top notch. He even painted the foundation, out exterior foundation, all the way down to the ground. He painted. It was color matched, but the issue was the backyard, and the way that the customer framed it, it's a swamp in the backyard. And so because they neglected that, it caused the seller to I mean the buyer to just have some um be concerned about it and don't want to move forward. So they were able to terminate that relationship and move on to something else. And so yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you. I've had that my experience myself. And so say some more curb appeal. So what is that? How does it why does that matter to
Yeah,
me, Mr. Consumer? I'm driving. Why does that even matter?
it matters because there's competition for your home.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you want your home to stand out
Mhm.
in a positive way, any way you can. So when you are, when people are driving through the community, when your home is for sale, you want to make sure your grass is cut. You want to make sure everything aesthetic is nice in front of the home.
Mhm.
If you need
Mhm.
to do some shrubberies, if you
Mhm.
need to do things that you've never done before in your 50 years living in the home, do
Mhm.
it, because small things,
Mhm.
small improvements will
Mhm.
yield great dividends at the closing table. And that's what you
Outstanding.
must remember. Whatever you put in to your home when you're listing it, if
Mhm.
done properly, you're going to get that back out. It's going to be an ROI that you're going to be proud of.
Outstanding. You mentioned staging, and so in working with your wife in the staging process, what how do you prioritize, what you do in that staging process? What's is it you prioritize rooms, you prioritize what you bring in? How does that process work?
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I really wish my wife was on here because she could tell you, but I've learned a lot through her. It's main rooms that you want
Main
to make
rooms, okay.
sure that they are, master bedroom for sure. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if there is a living area like a family room, living room,
Uh-huh.
you know, for sure. If there's
Mm-hmm.
an eating area, for sure. And then just putting pictures up around. I mean, I really, you know, if people could see before and after shots of homes before they were staged and then seeing them after, it
Mm-hmm.
makes a huge difference. And again, you only get one time to make a first impression with your home.
You took my
You
saying
only
right out
get
of my mouth.
one time to make a first impression with your home. So
Right.
when you put that home on the market, when you press play on that, you need to make sure as much as possible, even the little things are taken care of. Because if you're meticulous about how your home is kept and how it shows, it's going to yield you the best results in the market.
Outstanding, outstanding. And so I'd like to get more information about your wife's company and that kind of thing. And we have a segment coming up in third quarter. I'd love to bring her on and talk about the series is called Make It Pretty, where we talk about home decor and landscaping tips. We talk about home protection, solar energy, that kind of thing, conservation. And so I would love to have her on as a guest on Real Pro Fridays and give our audience some ideas and things like that about how they can beautify their home as well. So that would be fantastic if she would consent to do that. That would be great.
We can definitely make that happen.
Outstanding. So what do you think has made you successful? What's that one thing, a couple things, a series of things?
Yeah.
What's made you successful, sir?
Man, the first thing is I just choose to put God first, and I just choose to treat people right. You know,
Hmm.
unfortunately, Sean, in this industry, you know, mortgage lenders and real estate agents, realtors alike, people that operate in our capacity have really taken advantage of people in the past. You
And we
know,
have
so
historical
you
evidence
know
of that.
whether it's
Hmm.
financial or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. So I
Hmm.
make sure that my mom taught me the golden rule a long time ago.
Okay.
Treat people like you want to be treated.
Right.
So I think what makes me stand out, number one, is I have a work ethic that I'm proud of. You know, nobody
Outstanding.
ever gave me anything. You know, I mean, really, this industry is not easy. You have to
Hmm.
be out hustling every day. All of my clients know I work for them hard. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
if I'm listing their property, they can count on me to do the job. If I'm showing them homes, trying to find them a home, you know, just being relentless, just
Yes.
not taking no for an answer. Failure is not an option for me personally. So failure will never be an option for my clients. So
Absolutely.
having that can do attitude and having unquestioned customer service where you really care about not just the client, but the person,
Hmm.
it causes great relationships to be birthed.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I have been privileged, man, to develop so many relationships with a lot of my clients because the best part about my job is no day is ever the same. So, you know, being a people person, having experience, you know, I'm 53 years old. I've been through some things, you know, I
Wow.
understand business. There's some things that I understand just from a natural business perspective that makes it so much easier to break down the buying or selling process in pieces to my clients that may not be as familiar. And there is absolutely zero substitute for loving what you do. So I think
Absolutely.
I'm successful because I absolutely
Love
unequivocally
what you do.
love what I do.
That's what it's about. Our industry is about serving people. I think we got it a little bit backwards, right? So the we serve the clients that we work with. And so I made a statement, a comment to a post on LinkedIn that if we help enough people achieve their dream and their goal for their family, our goals and our dreams get met in the midst. It's with service that we win, right? That's a win-win proposition. We don't have to really kind of, I'm going to look out for myself. This system is set up. So if I look out for another person, I'm looked out for in the exchange, right? So the world talks about, what goes around comes around. You know what I mean? The Bible says what you sow, right? That you'll also reap. So I'm definitely joining you in that, my friend. And so you mentioned a statistic earlier about 37% of the industry talking about contract fallouts. And so what is in the markets that you serve, your primary market, what's the current market condition that you're seeing out there? Both
Well,
sides of the fence.
that's a great question. I mean, I'm licensed in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, so I cover a large space. Of course, currently in this market right now, there are more people that want to buy homes than homes that are available. So, of course, that equals a seller's market. So, what that means is for buyers, you're going to have your endurance belt buckled
Mm,
because it might take 5 or 6 legitimate offers to secure the home that you want.
mhm,
But you
mhm,
got to be in it for the long haul,
mhm,
so it is definitely still a seller's market right now.
mhm,
When I list homes, there's multiple contracts within the first week,
mhm.
and I have a slew of buyers that have a criteria. Unfortunately, that is just like hundreds of other criterias, and there's not enough homes. So that's
Right.
why you need to make sure that you team up with a real estate professional and a team that is built to get the job
Job
done.
done.
And I
Right.
just want to piggyback really quickly. I think one thing that helps myself and my team is that we have the ability and the wisdom to partner, and then
Mhm,
we also have the fortitude to really study the market and look at trends. And it's
mhm,
not just looking at the MLS and pulling up a house and saying, "Hey, go look at this."
mhm.
It's a lot deeper than that. So,
Okay.
the team that you select to assist you with this lifetime decision is going to make a world of difference, because this market right now, it's not kind. So you need to get with a winning team that's going to help you win.
Absolutely. Sounds like Donald Grant, Century 21 Envision is the winning team to me, man. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. I got one more question I want to ask you really quickly because I like to humanize the process, because we're people dealing with people. I just happen to be a lender and you're a real estate agent, and the clients that we serve, they work in the field that they work in, right? So we have different jobs and different roles and they intersect at times. But outside of that process, give us a fun fact about it, you don't mind sharing, that people don't know about you.
So what people don't know, man, I don't know. Well, I guess one fun fact about me is if I'm ever eating something good or if I see something good, Sean, I just break out and start dancing, man. Nobody would look at me and think I'm a dancer. Sometimes I'll just be walking and I'll think of the goodness of God and I just start dancing. If you
Dancing.
ever tell anybody, I'm gonna know how I got out because I'm real dignified in person in public. But in private, I'm a clown.
Everybody knows now you're a dancer. Okay, so I was
I didn't
alluding
say I
on.
was a dancer. I said I break out in a dance. There's
There
a
you
difference.
go. You break out in the dance. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I'm not a dancer either, but something maybe I might cut up. But I'll do that at home. I'll spare the people. I won't let them see me try to dance. And so I was sharing on a previous episode about me, being a percussionist and doing it since 9 years old. And so I was asking folks if they wanted to see that, kind of chime in, send me a message or anything like that, and maybe I can bring the percussions on the show at the beginning of my next series next month, Destination Home Ownership's First Things First, and just kind of start that way. So maybe, I don't know, we can twist your arm and have you thinking about something good and that kind of thing, and maybe you can cut a step. I don't
Hey,
know.
Sean,
Maybe.
how they can help me? I was there this morning. Every time I come from closing, I was at closing this morning. That's what I do. I go to closing. That makes me happy when I help somebody obtain their dream. Man, I can't help but to dance because that's what I'm in it for. I'm in this. I'm the dream maker. I want to help make people's dreams come true. That's my main objective. It's not money. I had money before I even got into real estate. I want to help people. We have everything that we need at our disposal to do better than what we've been doing. And education will help us become homeowners, and homeowners will give us power that we'll never have as a renter. I don't care what anybody says.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we're going to be talking about that power coming up in our final series, "Cash Cow or Money Down the Drain," where we're talking about wealth building tips, how to use your equity to build wealth, tax strategies, things like that to help build that legacy once you purchased your home. Now that you have it, how do we use it to build wealth? So we're going to talk about that. Maybe we can bring you back on the show and I see that you have that teaching aura about you, and so my home buying series is coming up next month. And I know we haven't talked about this before, but just think about it. I'd love to have you on in a teaching capacity from a real estate standpoint
Man, you need
about
to
what you
stop
do.
trying to buckle me in front of all these people, man. Ask me in private. Don't be trying.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
messing.
I want to listen, guys. This guy is a professional, and you gotta hear what he has to say. And so I purposely asked him on the air so I could twist his arm to say yes. But
It's yes,
um,
man. You know
I
I got you.
appreciate you. Absolutely, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on. And any last closing thoughts that you want to share before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to appreciate you for doing what you're doing, Sean. Just educating so many people that want to be educated. But you know, I just want people to really understand that in life we only get one shot at it.
Mhm.
So it's very important for us to take advantage of every opportunity that we have to be able to level up, and in real estate, if you want to, it's not the only way to get on top, but it can really help you gain some traction really, really fast. So I would admonish anyone that if you're not currently owning a home, regardless of your situation financially, credit wise, all of it can be fixed. It just
Mm.
starts with a plan, and then you have to continue it with discipline and determination, and you have to apply everything that you see. And at the end of the day, all things being equal, that winning vision will manifest.
Outstanding. Outstanding. With that, sir, I'm going to give you the rest of your day. Thank you so much again for being on the show. Great wisdoms that you shared. And we look forward to having you back real soon.
I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you, man.
You're welcome, sir. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, guys, you heard it. You heard it here first from Donald Grant, real estate professional with Century 21 Envision. He wants to help you start something new with a winning vision. So you want to reach out to him today. Call him 202-853-1350. You see his email on the screen. Definitely you want to reach out to him. And if you also go to if you if you scan the QR code before, you will be able to I'll send you all of his contact information. If you scan that QR code right there, and it'll take you to our website where we have the form that you need to fill out, and then you can get the information that he shared. And so that's our time for today. I just want to thank you again for joining in. One last word here. Remember that we're going to be hosting our first time home buyer series, Destination Home Ownership. First things first. We're going to be talking about down payment assistance programs, loan programs, renovation loan programs. We're going to bring in title industry pros, real estate agent. We'll have Donald Grant come back and teach from his perspective as a real estate professional and the things that you need to know. So you definitely want to tune in. It's happening here on the From Dream to Reality live podcast. It airs every third Thursday at 2 p.m. So this destination home ownership starts April the 21st at 2 o'clock. And so be looking out on social media. I'll send out an announcement. I'll send out a event announcement as well. And hopefully, if you want to know, you want to learn about it, you want to prepare, You definitely want to be a part of that process. So just want to thank you again. And that's my time. You have a fantastic weekend.